Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manawat and I welcome all of you once again to the series of quadratic equation, and we are in concept builder video. This is a concept builder lecture. We are in lecture number 3. In the previous lecture we have seen how to solve the quadratic equation by using the middle term splitting method or factorization method. You can call it either one of them, splitting the middle term or factorization method. Now what if you are quadratic equation, you get a quadratic equation which is not possible by solving, which is not possible to solve by using the splitting the middle term method or factorization method. Yes, we get many situations like that. For example, if you see here on the screen, you got, I have one equation for you, x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. Can you solve by using the splitting the middle term or factorization method this equation? Can we split this 1 into 2 parts such that the product is 1, and by adding both of them you get again 1? No, you will not be able to find any integer or natural number, integer number like this. So in such case, what do you do? In such case, we got a formula. This formula also gives you the same answer what you get from factorization method. So what is the formula? What you need to do is you need to compare the equation, the quadratic equation given there, with the standard form of quadratic equation. What is the standard form of quadratic equation? Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Note this, the standard form of quadratic equation. I know you have noted this in the previous lecture also, but note it again. Okay, this reminds me, I hope you are using pen and paper when you are watching this video, when you are watching my lectures. It's very important to have your own handwritten notes. So the formula is x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Plus minus means what? You know, when we have the highest power of variable 2, then we get maximum 2 possible, we get maximum 2 values of the variable, right? Now this plus minus will get you the exposure to those 2 values. So when you use plus sign, you get one value. When you use this minus sign here, you get another value. So that's how you get 2 different values. So formula, try remembering the formula. You can remember this formula in parts. You have minus b, that's clear, divide by 2a, that's also fine, and then square root part you remember, you can remember separately. Square root of what? B square minus 4ac. Square root of what? B square minus 4ac. Yes, minus b there, 2a is there, plus minus the square root of what? B square minus 2ac. So learn this separately. I'll tell you the importance of this later. But first, let's try finding the roots for this question. Now, if I compare this with the standard form of quadratic equation, let me take the standard form from here. Compare. What do you get? What do you get? Value of a and b and c here. A is the coefficient of x square. What is the coefficient of x square here? Nothing but 1. Coefficient of x, that's also 1. And coefficient, the constant term, well, this is also 1. Now, if you simplify this to get the value, let's apply the formula, which is what? Minus b plus minus root of what? B square minus 4ac by 2a. Now substitute. B is 1, B is 1, A again 1, C again 1 by 2a, that is also 1. So you have x equals to minus 1 plus minus root of 1 minus 4. 4 into 1 is 4. So 1 minus 4. 1 square is also 1. So 1 minus 4 is what? Minus 3 by 2a. So 2 into 1 is 2. Yes. Now from here you will get two different values when you consider the plus sign different and minus sign different. But there is a catch. You have a negative number under square root. You got negative number under square root. So when you have negative number like minus 1 under square root, that's called iota. That we use it for imaginary value. Yeah, I hope you know that real and imaginary, real numbers and imaginary numbers. So imaginary numbers are square root of negative. Rest all numbers, all possible numbers, decimal, fraction, mixed fraction, recurring decimal, negative, positive, zero, infinite also. Everything comes under real number. Only square root of negative is imaginary. Okay. So here you got square root of minus 3. Well, we will tackle that later. Or you want to tackle it now? Fine. Minus 1 plus minus. Now I will write this as root of minus 1 into 3 by 2. So now this root of minus 1, I will take that as I, and root of 3 is root of 3, and with that we got the minus 1, root of minus 1, which we can write it as what? I. Are you clear here? Yeah. Minus 3 can be written as minus 1 into 3. So root of minus 1 and root of 3. Root of 3 as it is, you cannot get the integer value of root of 3. So let me write as it is. And minus 1, root of minus 1 become I. Divide by 2 also as it is. Okay. Fine. Now if I divide into two parts by using different values, if I use positive value, I get value of x as minus 1 plus root of 3 into I, divide by 2. Okay. And the other value is what? Minus 1 minus this root of minus 3i into, divide by 2. So that's how we got two values of x. And now I hope you understand that it's not possible to solve this question by factorization method, because you can't assume these kind of, you can't calculate these kind of factors, right, without using the formula. So that for this kind of questions, formula is much more useful. In fact, if you can't solve any quadratic equation by using the factorization method, if you're not able to factorize, this is the way. But this is a lengthier way. Try using factorization first. If that's not working, then you do it. Then you use the formula. All right. Okay. So what did we learn from this question? We learned that the root of minus 1 is I. That is part of imaginary number. We also learned that if we to have two values, we take one positive, one with negative. Here among this plus minus, at a time here I am using positive, and for the other value I am using what? Negative. Correct? Now, do you find these two roots very similar? The only difference here is plus and minus. Yeah, the only difference here is plus and minus. Okay, so we will talk about this kind of solution again later, but as of now this is important to understand and note. Okay, so note this part, note this explanation. Okay, so general standard form of equation, and then how to solve by using formula. What is the formula if you are not able to use the factorization method to solve the linear equation? Now you remember I told you that try learning this part, the square root part of the formula separately. The formula x equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac. This part I told you to learn separately. You know, this part b square minus 4ac is called discriminant of the quadratic equation. This is called what? Discriminant. Why is it called discriminant? Discriminant means that actually discriminate between two roots, because before that you got plus minus, this is under root, and then before that you got plus minus. So when you change one time plus and one time minus, this is the part which is after that makes a difference. Yeah, so remember, b square minus 4ac is called discriminant in quadratic equation. Okay. What is the use of this discriminant? Well, understand this discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac, when you try to find out the root, you use minus b plus minus square root of the discriminant divide by 2a. That means if under square root, this square root actually differentiate between, that differentiate between real number and imaginary number. If you have square root of any positive number, that will get you a real number. If by chance you get the square root of negative number, that will become imaginary number. So the square root, the value under square root really makes a difference, right? Now here you learn the nature of roots. Here you come with nature of roots. So nature of roots means what type of number the root is. Or the roots are. So what do we understand? If you have this standard form of quadratic equation, you will get two distinct real roots when b square minus 4ac, learn this, b square minus 4ac is positive. You will get, this b square minus 4ac, which is inside the square root. If this is positive, definitely you get the real numbers, right? So real numbers are the roots, or we can say real roots. Yeah, nature of roots. If you get negative inside, if you get the negative inside the root, what is inside the root? The discriminant. So if b square minus 4ac is negative, then you will get no real roots, or you can say imaginary roots, or no real roots. One of the same thing. If it is not real, it is imaginary. Yeah. If you have b square minus 4ac as less than 0 is negative. What if this is equal to 0? Now think about it. You don't have b square minus 4. This term is not there at all. Look at this. If this b square minus 4ac is 0, think about it. If the b square minus 4ac is 0, so this part will be 0. And if you take out this part, then for both the roots you have minus b upon 2a and minus b upon 2a. Because after plus minus, it's 0. You get minus b upon 2a and minus b upon 2a. Both values will be same. So you will get same roots, equal roots, when b square minus 4ac is 0. Yeah. So let's call it, when b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, you get two equal and real roots. It has to be real, right? Because if it is 0, it is not negative. And if it is not negative, it is real. Either the under square root, if it is 0 or positive, in both case, what you don't have is the negative. For negative less than 0, you get what? Imaginary or no real roots. If it is inside the square root of 0, what is inside the square root? B square minus 4ac inside the square root. If this is equals to 0, that part is gone. Which part? This one. Remember this one. This is gone. You get only minus b upon 2a and only minus b upon 2a here. Okay. And if it is positive, it has got some number. That means when you divide this, when you use this plus and minus separately, So you are going to add something, some valuable thing here, some number here, okay, and some positive number here, and for the other root you are going to subtract some number from here. That means definitely you are going to get two different numbers. Yeah, I hope you are understanding that. If b square minus 4ac is 0, both of them are minus b upon 2 and minus b upon 2. If b square minus 4ac is positive, you are going to add something and you are going to subtract something for the second root. In that case, you will get real roots, but both roots will be different, distinct. Okay, so please note this part. Note this part. These 3 points. So I hope you understood the importance of b square minus 4ac here. Now, so tell me, for these 4 equations given here, what are the nature of roots? Tell me fast. You can pause this video and try solving this. You know how to find the nature of roots? By using what? Discriminant. What is discriminant? b square minus 4ac. What are b, a and c? For that you need to look at the standard form of quadratic equation. Comparing the standard form of quadratic equation with the given equation, you will get a, b, c, and that you substitute in the discriminant here and see what is the relation between this discriminant and 0, whether it is positive, negative or equal to 0. Yeah, so let's not waste any time and then jump on this. So here a is what? 2, b is what? minus 3 and c is what? plus 5. Yeah, a is 2, b is minus 3 and c is plus 5. So b square minus 4ac for the first equation should be what? B square minus 4ac for the first equation should be what? You make me write all the steps. Don't do it. Otherwise video will be lengthy. Okay. So b square minus 3 square is what? 9 minus 4. A is 2, c is 5. Oh, I should not write equal to 0. That we need to check. Yeah. So what do you get here? 9 minus 4 2s are 8, 5s are 40. This is negative less than 0. This is negative, which is less than 0. And less than 0, that means the nature of root for this particular equation will be less than 0. Will be what? Imaginary or no real roots. Yeah, so the nature of roots here will be imaginary or no real roots. Okay, let's try the second one, third one and fourth one. You can pause this video, try by yourselves. Compare the equation with the standard form of equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Write what are a, b, c, or don't write, directly jump on the discriminant. You can do that. I am writing here because I want to explain this to you. So a is 3. We are in concept builder video. Okay, I am not solving any exam question right now. We are in concept builder video. Once you build the concept, it will be easy to jump on the exam questions and get, and also the shortcuts. Yeah, b square minus 4ac. We need to check this. B square. What is minus 4 root 3 square? Check this. Minus 4 into a is 3, c is 4. Minus a square is plus. Yeah, we have learned this. Minus a square is plus. 4 square is 16 and root 3 square is 3. So 16 into 3 will get you 16 3s are 48. Minus 4 4 are 16 into 3, 48. That is equals to 0. So you got the discriminant equal to 0. What happens if discriminant is 0? Discriminant is 0. You get two equal and real roots. So you will say what? Here we got equal and real roots. You say equal or you say you got one root. One of the same thing. Yeah. Equal means what? Both will be, for example, both will be 2 and 2. Right? So basically you got only one root. Let's see. I am not going to solve and tell you what are the roots. We are only looking at the nature of roots here. Compare ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. See what are the values of a, b, c. A is 2, b is minus 3 and c is plus 3. Yeah. B square minus 4ac, let's check that. B square is minus 3 square minus 4 into a into c. Simplify. 9, 4 2s are 8, 3s are 24. What is that? Whatever, but it will be negative. 24 minus 24 plus 9, it will definitely get you negative. If it is negative, then what? The roots are imaginary. Yeah, I hope you are understanding. Okay, let's try with this. Compare equation with the standard form of equation. I'm going to solve a lot of questions because theory is not enough. You need to solve a lot of questions so that you will learn the application of that theory. Yeah, then you will learn the application of that theory. Okay, so I'm going to solve a lot of questions in coming videos, or you will keep watching that. You will have videos for LOD2, LOD3 also coming. This is concept builder. So A is here 4 root 3, B is 5 plus 5 and C equal to minus 2 root 3. Let's try this. B square minus 4ac. Let's see what you get. B square, which is 5 square, minus 4 into A is what? 4 into root 3. C is what? Negative of, minus 2 root 3. Yes, positive into negative will be negative again, but this negative and this negative will get positive. So what do you have here? 5 square plus. Now see, I can simplify the second part, but tell me one thing, this 5 square is also positive, this next term whatever you get is also positive. Question is not about find the roots, question is about find the nature of roots, and for nature of roots it is enough to say whether the discriminant is positive or negative. That's fine. Now think about it, 2 positive number is definitely going to be positive here. They are definitely going to be more than 0, correct? So if the discriminant is positive, we will say the roots are real. Are roots equal? No, because the discriminant is not equal to 0. It is positive but not equal to 0. So we will say the roots are real and distinct. Okay? Did you understand this? Yes, no? Good. So focus on what question asked, don't get into any additional no use calculation. Well, next question. Pause this video, try solving it. So the question said find the value of k for each of the following quadratic equations so that they have 2 equal roots. Two equal roots. Equal roots. What is the condition for equal roots? B square minus 4ac has to be equal to 0. Then the nature of roots, under the nature of roots, discriminant is 0. You will get roots equal, correct? So we need to solve this separately. So let me say this first, question number 1. Question number 1 here. Compare with ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Here I get a equals 2, b equals k, c equals 3. Yes. Now what will be discriminant here? It has to be equal to 0. This is given. Where is it given? It's given that the 2 roots should be equal. So discriminant has to be equal to 0. So I will find this information as part of given information. Okay, now substitute. So I got k square minus 4 into a is 2, c is 3 equals 0. Let's take this other side. 4 2s are 8. Well, we don't need to actually multiply, we can do that later. 4 2 3, let me say the square root. So here I got square root of 4 2 3. You know the square root of 4? That's 2. And here 2 and 3, no square root anymore, so 2 3s are 6. I will write this way. Well, with this I will also use sign plus minus. You know why? Whenever you have this, like if you say x is square, I'm taking another example, okay? Suppose if you say x square is 4. So for x, when you put the square root at both sides, this will become x and this will become plus minus root x. Keep in mind, when you put square root or remove the square sign, the other side you will get plus minus. Do you want to know the reason? The reason is, if you do plus 2 square, if x is equal, this is x is equal to, right? If x is equal to plus 2, so plus 2 square is also 4. And if x is equal to minus 2, then minus 2 square, negative square, is also positive. So minus 2 square is also plus 4. That's why we have this plus minus sign whenever we remove the square sign. Okay, alright. Important to understand. So this is the value of k. Not only 2 root 6, it will be plus minus 2 root 6. Okay. Good. New learning. Note this. Note this part. Note this. Pause this and note this part. Making another video with the easier explanation if it is possible. Yes. Next here we have find the value of k for each of the following quadratic equation so that they have real and distinct roots. If real and distinct roots, then we say what? B square minus 4ac is more than 0, positive, right? What am I going to do? I'm just going to compare the given equation with standard form of quadratic equation, going to write what is a, b and c for you. So a here is 1, b is the coefficient of x, which is minus k. Write with sign, don't just write k, with sign minus k, and c is equal to what? 9. B square, which is minus k square. I'm applying the discriminant here. Minus 4 into 1 into 9 is greater than 0. Okay. So what do you have here? Minus k square, which will become positive. Negative square is positive. Minus, this is 36, greater than 0. Okay, so we are into a fix, because now here we need to apply the concept of inequality, which I will explain again in detail when we are going to discuss the concept inequality. See, here we have inequalities, this chapter we are going to learn this again, okay? But for now, just let me just agree to me, whatever I am going to write further, just agree to me, okay? I will explain that into detail, why am I doing it. I am not going to take 36 to the other side this time. This is inequality, it's not equation, okay? So because of that, this is k square, 36 is 6 square, so this is k minus 6, a square minus b square formula, basics of algebraic formula, a square minus b square, yeah, a minus b, a plus b. A minus b, a plus b, greater than 0. Greater than 0. So if you solve this further, you will get the product to be positive, so lesser than the smaller one, or greater than the bigger one. Yeah. Okay, so this is how the k value will look like. Please forgive me because I have forgot the concept of inequality here, which I will not explain it right now because we have a separate base, because I need to go in details of this. As of now, are you okay with this part? Yeah, if you simplify further, this is what you get. So don't worry, we will take care of it. Okay. Question number 2. Here again, question said find the value of k such that the roots of this equation become real and distinct. For that, discriminant has to be more than 0. So for that, I compare the equation with standard form of equation. See, I'm writing all over again in every question. So you can learn, you remember, it has to be registered here. Photographic memory. A square plus bx plus c equal to 0, standard form of quadratic equation. A is k, b square minus 4ac, let me apply directly. So b is plus 2, we never write plus, so it's basically 2 square minus 4 a which is k, c which is 1 is greater than 0, alright. Now this is what, 4 minus 4k greater than 0. Now this is with single power, so this is also inequality but with k power 1. So we can solve the way we solve equation, don't worry. But because it was square, I solved with adding some more concept into it. I will explain this to you. Keep in mind, you can remind me when I solve inequalities. I will again explain how did I get this k less than minus 6 and more than 6. I will tell you. As of now, focus on this. 4k, if I take other side, it will become positive. To make it positive, I change the side of minus 4k. 4 is here. Divide by 4. Yeah, I'll take this 4 here. Divide. What do we get? K is less than 1. This is what is your answer. K is less than 1. Yeah. So any possible value of k which is less than 1, it could be 0.9, 0.5, 0, minus 1, minus 2, whatever. For all values, any values if you use there, the roots will be real and distinct. Okay. So this was the lecture on nature of roots for quadratic equation. I hope you understood how to solve quadratic equation when you can't solve by using the factorization method, and how to identify nature of roots, what are the applications. Okay, so this is it in today's lecture. I will see you in the next lecture, which is going to be on quadratic equation with given roots. When roots are given, then how to find the quadratic equation. Fine. So my name is Shyam Manawat signing off. I will see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.